Now, among the contenders for Spare's most cringeworthy moment is Harry's way too graphic and quite arrogant description, really, of how he loses his virginity.
I suspected he was referring to my recent loss of virginity. Inglorious episode with an older woman. She liked horses quite a lot and treated me not unlike a young stallion. Quick ride, after which she'd smack my rump and sent me off to graze. Among the many things about it that were wrong, it happened in a grassy field behind a busy pub.
But despite haughty Harry voicing some regret, his fondness for more mature women doesn't seem to end there. And my next guest, Catherine Ommanney, of reality TV fame from appearing in The Real Housewives of DC, had a 2-month fling with Harry in 2006 when she was 34 and he was 21. 1 month fling, 1 month fling. Still quite a long time. But what does she make now of Harry's flippant disregard, really, for the way that he's speaking about older women in his autobiography? What do you make of it all? It's one of Harry's...
Well, I haven't read it, so I can't really comment on his book, because I haven't read it.
No, of course. Are you going to read it?
When I've got time.
It's a very long haul. Believe me, it's a long haul.
Yeah, I was told by good friends they had to pause and put it down and go to sleep, so
yeah,
I'm not in a mad rush.
So this recounting of him losing his virginity has got a lot of attention because, of course, he was linked to a number of older women, including you, and no one wants to say that they were that particular woman. Now, of course, your fling happened long after that. But are you surprised that he was so honest about it?
Well, right now, I'm not surprised about anything. Nothing.
Why do you think he's done this?
I've got absolutely no idea, and I'm really shocked, and I've always been so proud to be British, and a massive fan of royalty and the royal family, so...
Because the happy-go-lucky guy who you had the brief relationship with seems to have disappeared.
And he says he's happy, but he doesn't really look happy to me.
No, nothing about
and he's saying
I'm
the happiest in my life and this and that, but, like, he looks the saddest I've ever seen him. Well, I ever knew him, rather.
And does that make you sad? Because I presume even though your relationship ended, you remained affectionate towards him?
Yes, absolutely. We ended up, we didn't end, because it was never really a relationship. But when I saw him a few years later in Barbados, he pushed past security to get to me whilst they were trying to push all the crowds away. And so, I have still a lot of respect for him, and vice versa. But I'm just really sad for him, and I'm sad for the monarchy, and I'm sad for the royal family, because he was not this person when I met him.
Now, this is not a leading question, by the way, because it's not how I feel.
OK,
but
I'll be the judge of that.
But do you... Well, a lot of people say... I actually don't agree with this, but a lot of people say that the person who should be blamed for this change is Meghan, and that he's not with the right sort of woman.
I would love him to have ended up with somebody like Kate, who is suitable to the role. But in fact, he's, in my opinion, chosen somebody almost polar opposite. And I genuinely feel really sad, because I think he's dug himself a really big hole. Yeah,
and it's going to be very hard for him to come back.
No, and I feel really sad, and I'm so pleased that, our lovely, great Queen wasn't around.
Oh, my goodness, I know. Because the thing is, right, I know he's got this sense of humour, and you must have seen it when you were having a relationship with him, and he talks quite crudely, but it's not really appropriate, is it, for him to be talking about his penis in his book? As a member of the royal family, it's grim.
No, and my father fought for the army of this country, but he would never even discuss it with his family.
I know.
Let alone what he did.
So do you disagree with him revealing the Afghanistan
Absolutely.
kill count?
Absolutely. I mean, what is he doing?
But what is he doing? Is he being badly advised?
What? I mean, look who he's with.
Yeah. and she is very influential. So if you were
manipulating
yeah,
and controlling, and he's not the guy that I met. I know it was a long time ago, but I really definitely think that he's just not the person I met at all.
so sad, isn't it? So sad. Now look, Kat, stand by. Unfortunately, we weren't unable to book your old flame, the Duke of Sussex, but we do have the next big thing, because joining me now is the original Prince Harry lookalike, Reese Whittock. And Reese, I wish we could speak in better circumstances, but I wanted to have you here tonight because following the release of Harry's book and that reckless Afghanistan death count that we just discussed, you're now one of many people concerned for your safety. Reese, so is it true that because of Spare, you've actually started having to dress and disguise when you leave the house?
That's right, Dan. Good evening, by the way.
Hello.
Yes, so initially my first thought was, my goodness, this is terrible news for Harry, for his safety and his family. And it wasn't until my mum texted me and said, Reese, with Harry's revelations about his kill count with the Taliban, he's now a target. You need to wear your glasses when you're out in public. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hadn't thought about this. But I've thought since, and I'm quite worried because every single day I get recognised as Prince Harry in some way or other. And I'm thinking, my gosh, if I was to head to work in my suit like this, that's what I'd normally do. I'd get prepared at home, just get the train, looking like Harry. I'd have no end of comments on the underground, the tube, people giving double takes and looks. But now I definitely would go to work in casual clothes and get changed at the shoot there and change back to come back
So
home.
do you feel he's put your safety at risk with this revelation?
To a degree, yes. But if I wanted to, I could shave my beard, dye my hair. It's quite difficult because I still look like Harry, so I have to make that choice about wearing a hat or wearing my glasses during daytime hours, because otherwise... This happened with Megxit in 2020. They were on the front page of every single newspaper for 3 whole weeks. And when I was in London, as Harry in the suit, I couldn't walk more than 20 metres at all without getting the next reaction. So it's something I do have to consider with all the massive publicity with this book.
Indeed. And can I just ask quickly, Reese, how's your business been? Is it tougher being a Prince Harry lookalike since he's stabbed his family in the back and thrown everyone under the bus?
Well, I'd say it's less fun than when I first started back in 2017, because at that point he was consistently voted the second favourite royal behind our beloved Queen. But these days, obviously, he's kind of like Marmite. Opinions are fairly evenly split. Maybe you disagree, but it's not as fun as it used to be, for sure. But business is great because, despite the controversy is good for my work.
Okay.
As long as he's on the front pages, I'm busy with work. So,
as long as you stay safe. So I've got Kat Ommanney here. Now, she was Harry's ex. Kat, what do you reckon? Does Reese have what it takes? Is he better than the real thing?
No, you've got a lot more hair than him, that's for sure.
Oh, I love that.
So if you want to disguise yourself, then put a hat on.
Good advice.
Yes, definitely.
Look,
smile lots.
Yes, thank you both. Thank you both. Yeah, he doesn't smile much these days, does he, Kat, at all?